Hi, I'm Katie Ziskind. I own Wisdom Within Counseling and Coaching. You can learn more about couples therapy, intimacy, and sex coaching, and how to build a meaningful, passionate sexual connection in your relationship by booking a free phone consult at wisdomwithinct.com. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about pornography. So pornography is a loaded subject, right? So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the impact on the relationship of pornography use. So what happens is that many times one or both people in a relationship may develop a compulsive use of pornography. So pornography starts to be used daily, and if you cannot watch videos that you desire to watch, you start to have mood swings, irritability, anger, frustration, tension. You might withdraw from your partner, your lover. So sometimes pornography use becomes impulsive. It becomes something that you need to feel happy, and you're always chasing the next high. So if you have a pornography addiction or kind of compulsive use of pornography, you might find there are negative impacts on your sex life. Pornography is not realistic. So I'm just throwing the ball for my puppy here. So pornography, it's important to know that it's paid actors and actresses. So just like you would watch a movie with Brad Pitt or go to the movies and watch, someone jumping off a mountain or in an airplane or in a chase, knowing that no one's actually physically being injured in the movie, you go in with this you get a rush from watching a movie. The same thing is true from porn. It's really important to know that many of the scenes, the things portrayed are not realistic. And they're not, they don't equate to a real romantic relationship. Oftentimes there are scenes pre-described and kind of set, and then actors and actresses pick those just like they would in the movies. So a lot of times when people develop a compulsive pornography addiction and start to abuse pornography, they start to find their mind flooded with those images during time with their partner. They're asking their partner to do things that may not be, supportive of a romantic relationship, or their partner might not be consenting to, or there's just not this discussion on sexual health as a whole. One partner might be turning to porn more compulsively because they're feeling rejected by their partner. Maybe there's some type of miscommunication occurring in the relationship where the person who has a pornography addiction, may not feel like they can talk to their partner about these urges, or they may have kind of kinks or fetishes that they get to witness in porn, but feel insecure or shame around talking to their partner about them. So pornography addiction can have a lot of different root causes, as well. Sometimes pornography use may have developed early on in adolescence, as a preteen or even as a teenager, and has been that kind of steady best friend or steady constant thing that you can always turn to when maybe romantic relationships have been unstable, or your partners have let you down, or like these real life humans have not been able to be there for you always and forever. And so pornography has been there for you always and forever. So a lot of times when we heal from pornography addiction, we're looking at providing healthier, more positive coping strategies, improving communication and emotional openness in the relationship, and confiding in the partner that you have about what's going on for you emotionally when you want to use porn. Because oftentimes it's kind of this thing that may have served you early on in your life or helped you get to where you are now, but it may no longer be serving you because it's hurting your partner. So sometimes we have, with a pornography addiction, the partner who, may be using porn compulsively, pulls away from their partner, or doesn't want to have sex with their partner or be in sexual activity with their partner because they're just, I'm just going to go be by myself and watch porn. So there's can be this isolation that occurs. With pornography addiction, we may also see physical chafing on the body from overuse of, sexual organs, from masturbation and too much self-pleasure. So in some cases, we need to, a person that doesn't self-pleasure needs to be encouraged to participate in self-pleasurable activities. On the other hand, a person who has a pornography addiction may be participating in self-pleasure and masturbation much too frequently, multiple times a day, where there's like chafing or scabbing or kind of a soreness to body parts, and this is a sign that you might be touching yourself too frequently. So you have to pull back and create some balance and moderation. Not to say that self-pleasure is bad as a whole, but to say that knowing yourself and regulating yourself is going to be really important. So if you start to find that your body's in pain or bruised or chafed after self-pleasure, start to make a journal. Journal after each time you self-pleasure. Start to document and figure out, okay, is this something that's hurting my body, or is this something that's bringing me joy? So as well, when we look at pornography addiction, we want to look at trauma. Sometimes these behaviors can develop as a root of numbing or needing to push away emotions that we can't or don't know how to process. So if you notice you're using pornography when you feel insecure or you feel invalidated or helpless or angry or anxious, start to understand the emotion behind your behaviors. A lot of times we need help processing these big feelings. We don't learn from our childhoods or from our parents or caregivers how to process loss and grief and betrayal and confusion. And so when you may have first started using pornography, it could have been as a coping tool to try to process some of these big feelings and maybe even numb out. So instead of dealing with the feelings and using a healthy tool, you might be numbing out by using pornography. And one thing to note is that pornography and erotic material, so erotic audiobooks, magazines, visualizations, auditory components, can be really helpful for couples together to get in the mood or to build kind of the mirror neuron component. So when, let's say someone's trying to rebuild sexual desire, watching, a female watching another female in a pornography video self-pleasure or touch her own clitoris or touch her own body can actually be supportive for that female in getting a higher sex drive and building libido. However, oftentimes this is not the case with a pornography addict. So it's important to just kind of know that difference. And if you are numbing out and notice this behavior and kind of are aware of this in yourself, you can start to replace and add to your coping toolbox. So instead of just using porn as your only stress management tool, you can start to say, okay, well, I might feel an urge to use porn and I'm going to go for a jog, or I'm going to take a nice bath with Epsom salt, or I'm going to massage my feet with some oil, or I'm going to do an adult coloring book, or call a friend. Use a distraction technique, journal, or, make a great recipe, read a book, get lost in someone else's life, So there are a lot of different coping tools that you can start to use to diversify how you are managing stress and how you are releasing big, intense emotions when they do arise. So if you notice yourself overusing porn, or your partner's confronted you, or it's kind of the reason why you're looking for couples counseling, the team at Wisdom Within Counseling and Coaching, along with myself, would love to help you and your partner build intimacy, overcome betrayal, really start to have a healthy sex life together, and experience pleasure together. So you can book your free phone consult for intimacy counseling and sex coaching at wisdomwithinct.com. That's wisdomwithinct.com. And I'm Katie Ziskind, the owner of Wisdom Within Counseling and Coaching, and I hope you enjoyed this informational video.